The New York Giants just got a triple dose of fantastic injury news. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you very much. Please take just a second, like and subscribe. If you haven't caught the show before, I try to stay optimistic. Football season, we only get it 18 weeks a year. I know the team stinks. I know they've only won 2 games, but I try to enjoy it. So if you are like me and you're maybe a little crazy or maybe you just want to enjoy football season while we have it, then like and subscribe so you don't miss out. So 3 pieces of big-time injury news, and we got to start with the biggest one. Our guy, Cam Skattebo, posted on his Instagram with the caption, "God is good."
Man, walking into the facility on my own 2 feet. God is good, man. Just want to say thank you to everybody that supported, man. We getting back. Let's go. Getting back to it. Let's go.
So you love to see that. I mean, when he was playing this year, he really was the heart and soul of this team. Like Jackson Dart, too, the two of them together were just so dynamic, so fun to watch. But like Cam Skattebo just brings a different kind of energy into the locker room, onto the sideline. And then he's very clearly the best option at running back the Giants have. I don't need to spend a ton of time talking about it, but even in just his limited time, notice he's averaging more yards per carry than Tracy and Singletary. The two of them really struggle getting into the end zone, a combined 4 touchdowns between the two of them, with double the carries compared to 5 touchdowns for him. And then catching the ball as well. He has more receptions and receiving yards than Tyrone Tracy and Singletary, despite playing several less games. So he's more dynamic. He's a bigger red zone threat. He's better at getting those tough yards you need to move the chains. And this offense is just completely different with him in it. So it stunk when he got hurt, snapped his ankle. You could really tell the effect it had on the locker room. So it's just good to see him getting back. He's on his feet now. And you just know, like, this guy puts in the work. He's going to bust his behind to be ready for training camp. And I think the expectation from everyone is that he's going to start week 1 next year. And this offense will be a lot more dynamic with him in it. And Malik Neighbors, too. Next piece of injury news. Sounds like Jaden Daniels is going to be out versus the Giants this week. Some of you may consider this bad news. Like, Giants right now have the number 1 pick in the draft. I know there's a lot of people who want the Giants to lose out and get that number 1 pick. And I totally get it. Like, if they lose out and they get the number 1 pick, I'm not going to be mad. You could argue it'd be better for the franchise long term. I'm not interested in having that debate right now. But the fact of the matter is, I still want to see this team win. And I think in a lot of ways, it would be really good for Jackson Dart to come away with a few wins. Like, how many games this year has he played well enough to win, and he was robbed by his defense and his coaches? And, there's been a couple mistakes he's made too. He's not perfect. But it would be just such a big confidence boost for him to end this year with a couple wins. Just have that feeling of winning an NFL game, building that confidence going into the next year. And the Commanders this week are a prime opportunity to do it. Their defense is not good. They have no pass rush. And you would just hate to see the Giants come out, Dart put up close to 30 points, and then lose another game because Jaden Daniels tears apart this Giants defense that can't stop the run. So I never root for injuries. Like, it's not like I'm sitting here happy that Jaden Daniels is hurt. It stinks, even from a rival team, to have such a talented player miss as many games as he has this year. But like I said, I can't physically root for the Giants to lose a game, and I do think it would be great for Dart's confidence to pull out a few wins here. Maybe even win all 4 and finish the year on a high note like that. I know Jameis Winston said he thinks the team is good enough to do it. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I think that's good news for the Giants. Last bit of good news. Sounds like Tyrone Tracy practiced today. He's going to be coming back. Obviously, I already mentioned he's not Skattebo, but I do think he's the better option than Devin Singletary. I was pretty worried for him when he took that shot last week. It looked like he was seriously hurt, maybe had broken a hip or something. He took a hard shot, like a lot of people did against the Patriots. But it sounds like he just had a hip bruise, and he's already practicing, and it sounds like he's going to be good to go for Sunday's game. And then a little bit of bad injury news. Surprisingly, Kayvon Thibodeaux didn't practice today. And I say surprisingly because it had been reported a couple games ago that the expectation was going to be that he would return this week and play those last 4 games. And, it's only Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Maybe they're just kind of bringing him back slowly from this shoulder injury. Don't want to re-aggravate it in practice. So we'll see what happens. It's a little early, but I really want to see him back, and for several reasons. The first being, the defense is better with him in it. He actually, out of all the Giants' edge rushers, has been statistically the best against the run. Nobody has been great against the run on the Giants. They're the second worst run defense in the NFL, but the defense is better with him in it, so it'd be good to get him back. And then for 2, he might get traded this offseason. I know a lot of people don't want to see that. Obviously, you don't want your talented players and your former first-round picks to leave. But just the way the defense is constructed right now, it kind of feels like he could end up being the odd man out. And if you can get a first or second-round pick for him, that could be big with addressing other positions of need. And like I said, I put out a video yesterday talking about some people are already projecting Arvell Reese to the New York Giants. He's a crazy talented linebacker, and he can come off the edge and is just much more versatile. I really think a defense that has Burns, Abdul Carter, and Arvell Reese would be a lot more talented than this version that has Kayvon Thibodeaux instead of Reese, just because Reese is such a more versatile player and is even better against the run than Thibodeaux, and you can just use him in so many different ways. So I really think that would be the best path for the Giants, or going for a guy like Caleb Downs. There's other good guys. This is a very good defensive draft, so I think trading Thibodeaux in the offseason and getting an extra pick to address more of these positions of need, I think could be the right choice. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, but if they are going to trade him, which I think is highly likely, it would be in their best interest if he plays these last 4 games, has some big-time games, looks impressive, and boosts that value heading into the regular season. So we got 4 games left: Commanders, Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys, 3 of 4 at home. Truthfully, I really think the Giants are good enough to run the table. I've kind of said that all year. There was a minute here where I was like, hey, if the Giants can go 3-3 here, or 2-4 in this stretch, they could be a playoff team if they run the table. Well, they went 7-8 in that stretch. Didn't happen. If they play like they did against the Patriots, where they're kicking the ground on their field goal attempts and fumbling, and anything bad that can happen does happen, then they're going to lose out. But if they play as well as they had in previous weeks, where they were taking teams like the Lions, the Packers, the Bears, the Broncos up to the last second of these games, they're definitely good enough to win out here. So we'll see what happens. Either way, we got 4 weeks left. I'm going to try to enjoy them. And that you guys let me know what you think on all of that. And then don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.